Weather Center for Beaumont Band in the past area. Excessive heat warning in effect. This morning, clear skies, sunny today, high 100. It'll be mainly clear tonight, the low 70. Plenty of sunshine, Independence Day, high 96. For the Inland Empire, there's a heat advisory in effect, sunny today, high 98. Palm Springs, there's an excessive heat warning in effect, sunny today, high 114. I'm meteorologist Jim Minaldi for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. We got over in the wing Jess. I will say this before we go live. I did see something. I said that's odd. Why there? And I'm just gonna read the headline, and then I really don't know what it's about. It literally came up right here, right now, and I go, "Oh, shouldn't that be a concerning thing?" And maybe it's a non-thing. Maybe I'm gonna go ahead and if you ever see articles, have you noticed sometimes they get you, and then you go, "What does that mean? That's kind of normal." And then you go, "Wait, is that normal?" And this is one of those things. It just literally posted. Yep, there it is. I'd almost be like, "Is this an April Fool joke?" You know what I mean? Like. So here it is. U.S. recommends Americans reconsider traveling to China due to arbitrary law enforcement exit bans. Okay, see, that's different than the headline. You go, okay, that kind of makes sense in a way, but then you go, well, does it? I don't really know. So because the headline read something else. So like it says U.S. citizens may be detained in China. Avoid travel advisory. So I go, huh? I'm so confused on this. But usually when they give hey, so it says the U.S. recommended Americans reconsider traveling to China. I don't know if anyone's been to China lately, but it's a place to do biz. I know Trump's been there 100%. And there's been a lot of people that go and come back. So I'm like, why would you say this? It says, and this is the Associated Press. They're very, when they say it, boom, it's a thing, right? It says the U.S. recommended Americans reconsider traveling to China because of arbitrary law enforcement and exit bans and the risk of wrongful detentions. What does that mean? What does that mean, Jess? What does that mean?
I don't know. You tell me. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I travel anywhere, I'm going to do something offensive to somebody. So, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have to have someone follow me around and with a rolled up newspaper be like, no. Make sure I don't get in trouble.
Right. Well, here's the thing. Whenever they give advisories, it like this, okay? And I'm looking at this very briefly. I'm like, okay, it kind of in a way, it's saying what they don't usually say, okay? And what they're not saying is okay. Okay, whenever we get advisory, do not travel, it's usually due to coronavirus, right? This one is not that. This is because of certain things but they're saying, well, in a way, is it happening at all? You go, well, I don't know. You tell me, right? Kind of like you just said, Jess. So it's referring to some people that may have been detained at a certain time, but now it's like, okay, why are you not saying something? Is there something we need to know? Is there something that we just, it's like, okay, last week Russia had a thing, but Russia, they've been having a thing for a while, and it was Ukraine. Then they had someone go in, Now that's been kind of a thing it got squashed. But some go, well, I don't know, right? Now this is a thing, and usually when you see something like that, you go, okay. So kind of like you, Jess, it's like, do you want to travel to China? Now, if you saw this, would you want to travel right away?
Yeah, no, I'm going to have to pass on that.
Yeah, and I think that'd be the right answer. It's like, what are you not saying? Because this article's all over the place, right? It's talking about certain things that may have happened. It says this, no specific cases were cited, but the advisory came after a 78-year-old U.S. citizen was sentenced to life in prison on spying charges in May. Okay, 78. 78, Jess. 78. Do you get that?
So I can guarantee you I would probably be in China singing I'm a secret agent man. Someone obviously misinterpreting me, and then I get thrown away and thrown in jail for being a spy. So that's how I see it playing down for me.
Yeah. This this? It followed the passage last week of a sweeping foreign relations law that threatens countermeasures against those seen as harming China's interests. So it followed the passage last week. So there was a law put in last week. Okay, there it is. There it is, Jess. There was a law put in last week, so recent. I think it was due to Russia, I guarantee. Because, they're going, what happened with Russia? Do they want to get involved? No. Are they kind of going, what happened? Yes. Okay. So I put a law in. All right. This is how it affects the world eventually. Okay. This is a problem. Not going to lie. Or it may not be a problem. Who knows? It says that threatens countermeasures against those seen as harming China's interests. Okay. So if you're against, no way, Jose. They don't want a Russia thing. Does that make sense, Jess? So now here's where it okay, let's put it this way. A lot of businesses do, business in China, right? So if you say to someone, okay, hey, we got to go there because we have to talk to a facility, or, I'll give you an example. I know a person, maybe I shouldn't say the name, but they get certain things from there, meaning somebody manufactures in China. It's not government. They just manufacture in China, okay? A lot of people do business in China. Give you an example. Production companies, okay? I just saw a movie. Go see it. It's awesome. It's actually playing on, any streaming device. The Wandering Earth. Have you seen the first one, Jess?
I have not seen it. Where did the Earth wander to?
You have a theory on that, don't you? I know you do. It wanders in space because it has to get out of the area, right? It's a little big on the first one, but you go, please, would that happen? But the second one is actually really good. Really good. Great effects. And it's almost a prequel to the first one. So I'd say probably, honestly, that one, then the first one. But I don't think, see the first one, then the second one, but you go, whoa, did they go big, right? Really big. The effects, right? And it's the U.S. dumb, kind of the way the U.S. is. Anyway, so let's say, now there's a lot of people, right? There's Jet Li, right? There's Chan, awesome, love the guy. He probably could be in the third one. I think he should be, yeah. They had some martial arts, it was pretty cool. Anyway, let's say they want to do a production, and then we, right, they go, hey, Jess, can you be in, So you come in, right? But the U.S. is saying, no. There's something going on over there. Don't do it. We may not be able to help you. We cannot help this 78-year-old, who was sentenced to life in prison on spying charges in May. Now, it says the follow the passes last week of a sweeping foreign relations law, that means it just happened, that threatens countermeasures against those seen as harming transit. What did this guy do? And why is the U.S. saying don't? We're recommending that you just not go there, right? That's what they're saying. Whenever they make a recommendation like that, usually there's a problem in that country. That's what they're, in a way, but they're not saying. It's it's kind of like, what's going to happen in the next, you know what I mean? What's going to happen? Sometimes it's sometimes there's a war coming. Sometimes there's something happening there that's a problem. It's a little different, not going to lie, right? It's not like anyone here is going, hey, I want to go do Russia or Ukraine right now. I mean, do you want to travel to Ukraine anytime soon, Jess?
I'm going to say no, but somewhere part of me would be like, sure.
That's the part you should say, no, I don't want to listen to. I don't want to listen to that. No, not ready. They could bomb at any minute, right? No, it's safe. Yeah, it's certain. I'm sure it is, but you don't want, go to Capitol right now, right? Every journalist is like, why did I do that? Why did I do this? I'm so dumb. All right, so yeah. Then I get it. You want to cover a story? I get. Right, I get. But remember that person who lost his life? Just a videographer. Boom. Bye-bye. Is that the way he wanted to go? I'd say, I don't know. Especially if all of a sudden there's they withdraw. He goes, I did that for that. Yeah, whatever. I had questions about it, Anyway, okay, so that's the thing. So this. I'm trying to make sense of it because I just got it. It says U.S. advisors said, quote, the People's Republic of China, their PRC. It sounds like plastic something. Anyway, government arbitrarily enforces local laws, including issuing exit bans on U.S. citizens and citizens of other countries without fair and transparent process under the law. U.S. citizens traveling or residing in the PRC may be detained without access to U.S. consular services or information about their alleged crime. Okay, that's a problem. If you cut off the embassy and you say, don't worry about it, we're dealing with it, that's a problem. Are they jumping the gun? Is this guy a spy? Or are you being held as a spy even though you're not doing anything? That's what they're saying. So they have certain information on this guy. They go, this guy's not a spy. Or maybe he is. We don't know. We don't know. Hey, Mission Impossible coming out. Go watch it, right? Coming out, right? So I'm excited about that. Want to go see Indiana. Indiana looks good, right, Jess?
Yes, Indiana Jones looks fun. Mission Impossible looks always, those movies look always amazing. Every time you go to the see like behind the scenes, you wonder like, is he gonna die in this movie doing these stunts? I'm talking about Tom Cruise.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say that. I would say that about.
That's why he says like he tends to do the more dangerous stuff first. So if he dies doing them, you don't have to finish the rest of the movie.
He says that?
Yeah, that was crazy to say. I was like,
that's him, man. He is committed. He's like, don't worry about it. We'll get it done. Just, let's do the worst part. I think you should do like the easy part, then the worst part, and then all the fillers in. Then you could get it done. That makes sense. But I get what you're saying, Jess. That's probably what wow. The fact that you can go out that way. But yeah. Now, see, he does business in China. They go to China. They filmed in China. So this is the question. Do you go there with... Okay, if he got there, would it be like, you're a spy? Dude, that's just a movie. Like, I'm not a spy, right? And then you think of the movie with Affleck, right? That would be spy-ish, right? Did you ever see that movie? He got awards for that, I think. A lot of acclaim. He directed that. And it's almost like that other movie with the dragon. I keep saying it, Aragon, but it's not Aragon. It's
Aragorn.
What's it called?
Aragorn.
It's something like that. So you got it almost. I don't know if you... Did you get that right?
Yeah,
so,
Aragorn. I've seen it.
Yeah, okay. Aragon. Is it Aragon? Or not? See, I missed you. I'm so sorry, Jess. I think it's Aragon. A-R-A. Isn't it? All right, somebody knows.
Let's just call it the dragon movie.
The dragon movie that have no dragon. Anyway, but he sneaks in under the cover of doing supposedly, right? And I don't know if it's like a feature or a film or a news report. I cannot remember. Then they get people out. It's actually based on a true story. Yeah. And he directed it, so go see it. It's really good, right? Anyway. So that's the question. Is this gonna be a problem? I said it. I said it's gonna be a problem. You're gonna want to watch Russia. Then they got friends. People go, are they friends? Right? Now, okay. You know who just went there? The Secretary of... Well, I get why they sent him. They're like, maybe that might happen. I don't know. Right? What's his name? My mother, she sees him. She goes, oh my God, he's dreaming. I'm like, he's not dreaming. Blinken, right? Blinken. If you blink, you may see him in as a spy, right? He would... Oh, wonder what that is, right? They do that all the time. Don't see that. Okay. Right? They feed stuff. What was he watching? Or is he kind of like out of it? Like, I'm so tired. Can I get food? That's Blinken. That's the Blink guy. Not Joe could be that way. I get that. Anyway, you get where I'm going with this? I think here's the thing. If you were gonna travel to China, don't even. When they issue things like this and it comes from the US, usually there's something they're not saying. They cannot make sense of this. They're going to do. They're not being reasonable. If China's not reasonable, then there's a problem. Okay, it says exit bans could be used to compel individuals to participate in Chinese government investigations, pressure family members to return from abroad, resolve, I don't know what that means, right? What does that mean? Resolve civil disputes in favor of Chinese citizens and gain bargaining leverage over foreign governments, according to the advisory. Similar advisories were issued for the semi-autonomous Chinese regions of Hong Kong and Macau. I'm not going to lie, I want to do business with Hong Kong, in the film industry. They have a lot of, they want you to film there. Hong Kong, love it. We've had them on the show, actually. We interview them. We go, what? But, and here's the thing. People don't know this. When you want to do business with China, and you're a film company, right, Jess? You have to keep money in China anyway. So you have to open an account in China. That's a problem if you cannot withdraw it, right? There's a certain thing that you have to do if you do biz in China. They go, no, China. Okay. And I was at, China was all the rage because, so much money. And, man, so much money. I met actors. Okay, I met an actor. Talk about him sometimes. That was in Batman. He's a Chinese actor, right? And China was like, dude, China, but they were like, yay, China, not like, oh, China, you know what I mean? But when things go into like what's going to happen, right? Security interests, are we going to see now China's very good about squashy news, right? They're very boom, internet, bye-bye, right? That's why I say TikTok, keep it. Because then, people there can communicate with people here. What? They have a company in China, but would they block it? But I don't know. I think they go, well, since they were in the, Senate, kind of defending, and we were mentioned a lot, maybe we should keep it. I go, yes, keep it, just like Russia did, right? That's how we get news from, and, they have YouTube still. Keep it. Don't delete it. Keep it, right? Let us know what's happening there. We want to know, because they spin it so many ways. The U.S., they let that information out. They go, oh, they talked about this on there, and they talked about that on there, and they talked about this on there. But now China, do not travel to China is what it should say. Warning. Do people listen? I say listen. When they say, and not, how many people don't even know? A lot. So if you know anyone that wants that, now I live, I'm not gonna lie, I want Chinese food. Oh my god. But if I said this to someone who was U.S., I'd be like, but did you know the U.S. is saying don't, or please don't, because we don't know if you can get out, because they just put in a law that may prevent it from you coming back. You don't even understand it, and you may get stuck there. Like, if you don't like someone, say go to China. You may not come back. And the U.S. will not be able to help you because you don't have the ability to speak to embassy. See, this guy should be able to speak to embassy. But you go, well, if he's a spy, 78 years old, how could he be a spy? Right? Does that make sense? And the U.S. is saying, look, so they're not saying something. So I say it may come out or not, because, China, U.S., that's where Blinken was like, I love you. And then the people of Taiwan are like, are you going to defend us or not? I'm telling you, they renege every single time. They go, well, China's big. You guys are just, That's Blinken behind the scenes. I guarantee it. Anyway, that's the story. Going to stick to it. There you go. I really wish they had sent, somebody big. Why do they keep sending the secretary? When does the secretary ever do anything other than hey? Do they know that? They go, why'd you send us him? We want the other one. Go with the VP, Kamala. Kamala is she's really good with that. I guarantee you, she's a Jedi somewhere. Like, she could be a Jedi. I guarantee it. I know people don't think it, but whatever. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more. Yikes.
Hey, Mark's here. We want people should know about the new Italian radio show on KMET. Like my Uncle Vinny used to say, Gumbas non stunad.
SID, there is no such words in Italian.
Forget about it. Tell them about the show.
The Italian Radio Show, presented by West Coast Italian Radio.
Mondays at 4 p.m. on KMET 1490, or stream us live 24/7 from our website at WCIR.biz.
Make sure to tune in.
You don't want that we should have to tell you twice.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing, envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027. Mattress Brothers Overstock Mattress Sale. Just $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. $3.99. Check out Mattress Brothers $3.99 Overstock Sale. Mattress Brothers at 120 West Redlands Boulevard in Redlands. The $3.99 Overstock Sale is on now. $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. Mattress Brothers also has locations in Hemet, Riverside, and Palm Desert. The $3.99 queen pillow top sale on now.
Join Yvette Walker every Tuesday at 4 o'clock p.m. on KMET ABC News Radio, 1490 AM, FM 98.1, and Internet KMET TV for the Southern California Business Report. The show is dedicated to highlighting successful businesses and the individuals behind them. Yvette interviews the incredible people managing these enterprises that range from awe-inspiring sole proprietors to world-renowned organizations. The Southern California Business Report, Tuesdays at 4 o'clock p.m.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny and Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the #1 choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny and Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4-LAW. That's 1-800-616-4-LAW.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. Not going to lie, it's kind of like, what just happened on... Now, I know everybody's thinking July, awesome, yay, fireworks, awesome. I know you're thinking that. You're like, why is this? And I go, why is this on what we would consider it's a day, right? I didn't know this, Jess. But you know what? Evidently, and it says this, it's almost the way it was written, like, kind of like you know how I say there's a lot of money in China, right? There is a lot. Their minimum, okay, give an example. We had a guy, he says, oh, we did very low budget. I go, how much was it? And he didn't want to say, but then someone told me, be very careful how you say this, because their minimum is not like, their indie minimum is really high. Right? Because they have certain requirements. If you do business in China, it's like, don't make us look, a certain way. But he's like, I did it myself in essence. And he did. Right? There's this, and it got like, I don't know who's watching because I don't know if China allows that. Anyway, but we went to the American film market. That's where we find a lot of business with China. I wonder if they're going to be there this year. Anyway, so, and there's another article. All right. It just came up on I go, oh, this is a problem. It says Hong Kong police offer rewards for arrests of 8 overseas pro-democracy activists. When do they ever offer, is that a bait? Like, the U.S. go, don't. What, are we hiding something that we don't know about? Just saying. You got to give perspective what's going on in China. I think that, like, all of a sudden it's Chinese news. I said watch world news. I need to watch world news. Anyway. What's going on in China that we don't know about? And they know how to squash things like that. You know what I mean? So there you go. So that's the question. I think you got to ask that. I think if anything, you have, and I live in an area. I was going to say that earlier. I love Chinese food. My God, I don't know where the good Chinese food is. I should post that. Where in the San Gabriel Valley is there good Chinese food? Because my favorite place got closed. Then somebody else bought it, and they actually have the same food. Love it. Love it, love it. I should go for maybe lunch. Yeah. Anyway. They renamed it. I can't remember. It's on Broadway. I take people there. I didn't want to get the word out, but I really need the word out because I don't want them to close, right? But the ones that owned it, they sold it, and they have new waiters. So I'm like, I miss the waiters that I used to, But and then you get parking, which is very hard in LA. Anyway, I live in San Gabriel Valley. Do you know how many Chinese people are here, Jess? A lot, right? A lot. So I went to school with a lot of Chinese people. Yeah, you go to school with people from Korea. They're like, but yeah. Anyway, so I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know. But that's something we should be watching, especially fireworks, right? My God. So there you go. So I don't really know what to talk about on this. So, Oh, I will say this. All right, because I know you're going. Well, what's you should say, well, if Russia had a problem. And China is now coming out about certain things. What's going to happen next? Is the U.S. going a little like, meh? Now, I talked about, Blinken going there, okay? Because he did. Now, this says this. And I thought it went well. The way they showed that news, it looked like, oh, okay. And some of the headlines that go, oh, okay. It says here, the warnings come as U.S.-China relations are at their lowest in years. All right, but like they say now, don't travel. Don't do it. They may hold you on a law that they just passed you know, and is that law going to make sense? Now, they've been locking people up for years, all right? And it says that. It brings it all up. But you're like, oh, I didn't even know this. And people go, yeah. I go, oh, didn't know. It says there are several detained Americans, 2 Chinese Australians. See, Australia's in there. They love China. Oh, my God. Cheng Li, who formerly worked for China's state broadcaster, right? So do you know what that means, Jess? He like, you know how we're not for the U.S., obviously, right? But if we were under Chinese rule, would we, would we, is the question, right, Jess?
I am 75% sure that if I was under Chinese rule, I would have been shot by then.
Why?
Because I don't like a lot of the things they say, so I don't like being told what to do.
They eat dog, Jess. You were pretty good with that. I don't really know. All right, so you get. I love Chinese people. I love Chinese people. I love Chinese. I love in so many ways. A lot of friends. Not gonna lie, I had a crush on a Chinese because I was learning Chinese. Yeah, Mandarin, not Canton. That is so difficult. My God. So I learned Mandarin. It was very little, right? And I thought, could I learn again? Yeah. And when I was doing biz with someone, they said, hey, we may go there some. I go, all right, awesome. I've always wanted to go there. I think I love Japan more, but I love like, whoa, right? They're with technology. They know it, man. They may block it. I don't know how you get out. Oh, and then I have people that work with people I should call them. Yeah. Because they go on WeChat. They go, oh, that's the only way I can communicate. So good to know, right? WeChat. I don't know if they still allow it, but yeah. I'd be like, talk to those people in China. But that's how they communicate, WeChat. So, do you know what WeChat is, Jess?
Yeah, we are chatting right now.
No.
No.
WeChat is an app. You can download it. But, it's like a Skype, but into China. That one they allow. Does that make sense? So, if someone were to go missing, WeChat them. Get their WeChat. Okay? I have friends from, and they go back and forth, but I don't know if they want to go right now. Anyway, and they go, this is only a little, not a lot, but all right. It says, and writer Yang Jun. But they've been held, not recent. This has been a thing for a couple years, since 2020 and 2019, without word on their sentencing. There is you cannot talk about it. But and some of them have dual citizenship, Jess. So are they, It says the most notorious case of detention, and they call it arbitrary detention, involves 2 Canadians. Just as a story about Canada, we'll talk about in a minute. Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavor, I'm not sure, who were detained in China in 20... See, this is old news. Big deal. Oh, now that you can detain them at the gate. Got it. Under just a... They go, dude, that it doesn't make sense. Like, it could be anyone. Maybe they wanted to lock up Lincoln, then you don't even know that. Hold him hostage in a way. I don't want to say hostage. That'd be the wrong thing. But they'd be like, okay, he's kind of spying on us. How dare he? But they let him see certain information. You get how arbitrary it is. I want to know the law. And that's the thing. Could he? They go, no, he's a spy. That's what our law says. You spy. And now I know this. And I've known this for years, Jess, okay? Because I have friends that, and I talked about this this was around that time. In 2018, 2019, okay, there were some articles that kind of disappeared, but they were closing certain monasteries. Do you remember that? They were closing certain, places because it was all about the emperor, right? And you go, is that real, right? And then they stormed certain places. They said, no, right? They're very that way. And then coronavirus, right? And I reported that in 2020, right? I said, well, you got to be careful. And here's the thing. Just like Russia, in certain faiths cannot be, they're just not accepted, right? I don't know about the Bible in essence, but a lot of Buddhists. You go, China, Buddha. No, they close those too. They're like emperor only. You're like, but I thought, isn't China more Buddhist than not? So I was so confused. But anyway, they put a ban on so much in 2018, 2019. That's when the articles came out. I go, that's interesting. Right? But now you go, wait a minute. So now everything's under coronavirus, right? So that's what they're saying. Do we want you in? But under spy charges, you go, well, then he's a spy, obviously. I have a question on the person that was here that shot a bunch of people in Monterey Park, right? I talk about it, Everybody came to Monterey Park, I was like, all right, Kamala came, right? ABC National came. I go, when does he ever? You know what I mean? Seriously, he should run. My mom loves he. Yeah, he's the one that talked about Mothership. I still have a question on that, Jess. I don't think there's a really good video. I should send it to you. I don't know if you'll watch it, Jess, but it talks about, and I love how they do it. All right, if you look it up, Oumuamua, look it up, okay? In the beginning, they say, well, it may be termed an asteroid, but it travels in a way, and it deals with all the stuff at the beginning. So you almost go, oh, this is a very informational, very factual thing. It travels this way, but it does something that we don't expect. Is what they left out. It changed orbit in a way. It changed on a dime, and it went in a direction, and now it's back. How does it do that? And they go, it's very, thin in a way, is what they mean to say. And it's not like and it's very light the way it travels. They go, there are emissions coming out. And then they deal with that, well, emissions could come out if there were ice, right? And maybe that's what we're seeing. But, and we said it, but remember, it was on ABC National, right? Big official. It's, Mothership. Oumuamua. The name means something. If you go look at it, it's almost like it was there the whole time. You go do research on it, you go, dude, they know it's a ship. They've been knowing it's a ship. But there's a guy that said, no, it's a ship. So you go, well, and I say this, that's smart. That's why I say Musk, the asteroid, or any asteroid really, but an asteroid you could travel in, you dig in, just like you do the ground. There's a lot of underground, they are so good with that. But you get to that, you leave it in space, you put the technology in, just like, and then you travel, and that, you're safe. Every asteroid comes at you. We don't have force field. We're not there. There is asteroid belt. Oh, no. Boom, 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 boom. Dead at some point, right? It goes through metal. How much metal do you have to hit for an asteroid to hit? Especially the asteroids you don't see. There's a lot of, they call it black, right? Do you have sensors that can do it? What if the sensor, does, and what if it's coming at you and you didn't see it, They can put sensors all around anyway. But that's there. I should send it to you, Jess. I showed it to my mom. She was like, huh? Anyway. Oh, and Space Force is a thing, right? So people go into space. Oh, and there's a thing in that about, but that's a whole other thing. So, question, Jess. Okay, if you go and watch Wandering Earth, is China already ahead of others when it comes to space? What do you think?
I'm going to say yes.
I say yes. The movie, pretty obvious. Can they take a Earth or a planet, put a bunch of, no, they cannot. They cannot move it. I already did the math on that. Do you know why, Jess?
No, I do not.
It's something you should consider. They put a lot of money into it. Sometimes you go, why is the money there? What are they doing with technology? Think about all the technology in China. Okay? Just think about it. Could they move an Earth? Now, in the second one, I kind of don't want to give it away, but I'm going to give it away. It's kind of like Krypton, right? How do you get the people of Krypton to be safe? That was, no one knows the story about Krypton? Come on, Jess, you know the story about Krypton.
I know.
But I don't think you do. In the beginning of the Superman Reeve one and all the other ones, it's all white. Do you know why it's white, Jess?
No, tell me why.
Cold. It went cold. All right? It went cold. Everything froze. The sun was dying. They have it expand because it was dying. Okay? So that's, and in Wandering Earth, they cover the year 2040 or 20 something. I say we're not there. But if it were to die or expand, right, would we be like, oh no, right? It's like that one that you like, Don't Look Up, right? That one, like some go into space, right? You guys stay to the end. Go watch that with Leonardo DiCaprio. Really good movie. And the other one from, what's her name, Jess?
You talk about Jennifer Lawrence?
Thank you. I have a problem with that name. Jennifer Lawrence. It's on Netflix, okay? Don't Look Up. But at the end, you go, okay, a few would save themselves, and everybody else would basically, that's the end, right? That's in every movie, right? A few, not a lot. But and I love China for this, they go, no, we have a way of saving everyone. We move the whole planet. I bet they can. But here's the problem, atmosphere. The atmosphere of the Earth, bye-bye. You know why? Because they move in one direction. You have to keep it spinning. If you move it in one direction, you don't keep it spinning, bye-bye. Look at the moon. The moon cannot hold water. Do you know why, Jess?
No atmosphere.
Yeah, and more importantly, no gravity as Earth has. It has gravity. They stay on the, they just float above it, and that would be if they literally dropped water on the floor, would it dissipate? Yes, it doesn't stay there. I'm not saying it's not in the middle, but something gets hollow or it's hollowed out, and I think that's an answer. But it stays in one direction. Therefore, now if you added orbit to it, meaning that you allowed it to spin, would it create a problem for us? The answer, yes, it would. Thank God it stays in one place. But we would be like the moon eventually because everything would kind of become lighter at some point, or we get pulled into a black hole. No one remembers that, but we have a black hole in the middle of our galaxy. Now, if you get into the right near it, now I get moving away from it. So I love that movie because it really covers how we save everyone versus just a few people. It really is about that, right? Right. So that's the answer. And they kind of go more towards Jupiter, which is really bad because Jupiter says, I'm bigger, I pull you in. So you never want to do that. You want to go the least resistance if you were to do that. But, are we there? There were a lot of things in Wandering Earth that I go, never even saw that. Robotics, right? There were some things that go, that made sense, right? They're there. So there you go. Anyway, so what does this mean? Honestly, I think they'll figure it out. I think they'll figure out. China will not stay, a long time, But I think Blinken kind of sold them under the river, I think. I could be wrong. Why did you send him? I do not understand. It says, Orange come as U.S.-China relations are at their lowest in years over trade, technology, didn't know that, Taiwan, and human rights. I told you Taiwan. But the way they sold it on the news was like, no, we love you. Taiwan, big deal. And Taiwan's like, dude, we thought you had our back. That's where one says and the other does not, right? They're throwing it. Maybe Blinken is like, maybe I should be like my mom. Oh my God, he's so, yeah, I don't think so. I don't like him. Let's see. So it says, although the sides are taking some steps to improve the situation, U.S. Secretary of State, here it is, Antony Blinken, all right, whatever, made a long-delayed visit to Beijing last week. I'm sure he had a massage, trust me, yeah. And Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, right, making a much-anticipated trip to Beijing this week. I'm so confused. It says U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken made a long-delayed visit to Beijing last week, and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is making a much-anticipated trip to Beijing this week. Oh, yikes. Okay, it says China also recently appointed a new ambassador to Washington, okay, who presented his credentials in a meeting with President Joe Biden at the White House. It says other instances, however, have pointed to the testiness in the relationship. China formally protested last month after Biden called Chinese leader Xi Jinping a dictator. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, you cannot do that. No, they're very big on that. Don't. Even though, in a way, he kind of is. See, if I were there in China, I'd be locked up. They say, no, how dare you? Don't talk about our emperor that way. It says days after Blinken's visit. Okay, so Blinken said something, and then he says, wow, what a dictator, right? And then, boom, fine, no more, right? Oh, I love China. I need Chinese food now. I love Chinese food. My mom loves it too. I think we like the American version because I've had Chinese. Have you ever had Chinese like the way China has it? Like the official way? Because that's a whole different thing, man. Even Chinese. I one time when I was learning, I was learning, I'm not going to tell you when. Okay, I was probably around 18, 19, okay? A long time ago, whatever. The point is this, Jess, okay? I was like, okay, but there are certain, and they said this, and I said that makes sense. There's several different, and they call it generation. Chinese people don't call it this, but the kids of China, right, your age, my age now, are like, we hate Chinese food, but our parents love it, okay? Because they love American food. They don't like necessarily Chinese American food, 100%, but if you ask them, they really do. But they make it, more American, okay? Because they're used to, they were raised, in the U.S., and a lot of them are U.S. citizens, okay? Their parents, they don't want to say it, but some of them are not, all right? But you're not going to kick them out. Why would you do that? They've been here forever, right? They have business. You know how they get business? Well, I'll tell you how. But anyway, that's the story, okay? So there you go. So I say watch China, watch Russia, and watch, honestly, Australia. Okay, something's going to happen with Australia, and it's going to come up. And the U.S. is saying this, is, look, you're not working with us. That's all they have to say. You're not working with us. China's like, we don't have to. But I say, yes, you do. Yes, you do. You are not going to isolate again. You had one guy, very smart, He went and traveled the world, said, there is so much out here that I did not know. Very good documentary on how China became one of the technology, and how he pulled his people from, although a lot of people there would say, that depends. If you live in certain areas, then you have a lot of money. But if you don't have a lot of money. You are basically rice fields. Every anime you've ever seen, China's very big. A lot of people. Boom! Right? Then India right next door. But India's like, whatever. We've been there before. So there you go. It's just a thing. It'll come and go. But right now, if you know someone that wants to do business in China, just say, I don't think so. I'll let you go, but I'm not going. All right, that's the answer. There you go. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back after this. Stay tuned.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
The Fat Greek in Yucaipa, where you can get authentic, delicious, true Greek food. Authentic gyros, Greek salads, pitas, falafel, hamburgers, burritos, and oh yes, baklava. The Fat Greek has a large selection of wines, ice-cold domestic, and imported Greek beers. Come on down to the Fat Greek located on Yucaipa Boulevard in the city of Yucaipa. Open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. The Fat Greek has delivery, drive-through, sit-down, and a catering service. So bring in a family or give Nicholas and Christopher a call at 909-797-6018. Eat Greek, live long. Remember, if you want authentic Greek food, it's the Fat Greek in Yucaipa.
For all you truck and RV enthusiasts, TruckWorks right here in Banning is your one-stop shop for the best diesel performance and overall truck and RV needs. Whether you're towing, racing, off-road, or just cruising around town, TruckWorks specializes in truck and RV service, maintenance, repair, and performance upgrades for every light and medium-duty truck manufacturer. Bring it down to Terry and the guys at TruckWorks. Call 951-922-4776 or visit their website at mydieseldown.com today.
Take KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
Here's to your health with Joshua Lane. Ideas you can use to be healthy and stay healthy. The current thinking about beauty, fitness, and longevity. Every Tuesday and Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Wellness talk you can use. Here's to your health with Joshua Lane on KMET, naturally.
Hello, listeners. This is Christopher from The Christopher Show. Hey, if you missed one of our shows here at KMET, don't worry about it. You can go to our webpage, and that's KMET1490am.com. Go to the homepage, click on the SoundCloud tab, and hear any show anytime you want.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Again, I think the news of the week, honestly, is China. I think a lot of it's going to be, fireworks. Sometimes you do something dumb. Guarantee we're going to talk about that, Jess. And then, there's going to be, I don't know, something. I don't know. I hope it's nothing big. All right? But I do have to go to this. People go, why are you still on this? I say because they're not saying something, okay? They're not. This is very ambiguous. So whenever it's ambiguous, people go, "Yeah, but," and they look at the article. They go, "But that happened like way years ago. We're in 2023. Why are we talking about stuff that happened around then? Why are we talking about that?" And I say, well, that's the thing. That's why you kind of have to go. You have to almost be the guy who reads between the lines. Do they ever give advisory about travel to China? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Do they? It's never top headline. And then this. Okay, you know what? Let me go to something different. Then you'd be like, okay, that makes sense. Hong Kong police offer rewards for arrests of 8 overseas pro-democracy activists. You go, well, okay. They said it right there, pro-democracy activists. How dare they? You go, wait a minute, is that good or bad, right? So here it is. Here's the article, okay? It says Hong Kong police on Monday accused 8 self-exiled pro-democracy activists of violating the territory's harsh national security law and offer rewards of $1 million. Hey, Jess, isn't there a story about something like, worth more than $1 million that we don't have to get someone locked up for, Jess?
Yeah, there's a few, but one in particular, yes.
All right. We'll go ahead with that. I think that one's more interesting than this.
Okay, so, we talk about Magic the Gathering all the time. With the newest set that was released, the Lord of the Rings set, they have a very special card, kind of like a golden ticket, I would say. Because this card is so rare, it's literally a one of one.
Like, literally one, right?
Literally one.
I've seen so many postings that I thought people had it. I follow a couple groups, not gonna lie. Shout out to Magic, which has a group. Love them. Anyway, and they posted, I said, wait, is it like that lottery ticket that they're faking it? Is there another ring card? But this is the official one, right, Jess?
Yes, it is the official one. This one, I didn't believe any of them until it came out from the company itself saying that somebody found it, and it was found in Whitby, Ontario, in Canada.
Oh, man, I'm so glad I didn't come on that one. I think they probably I think they're faking cards, right? Okay, so how much is it worth, Jess? What's it going for?
Well, it can go for a lot of things, but right now there's a bounty on it for $2 million. So maybe someone will pay more. Who knows? Maybe he'll hold on to it and see what it's worth later.
Magic cards go for a lot, and if there's one, where did the information come from, by the way? And who got it, and where are they from, Jess?
I got this from Polygon,
okay,
the website, and this was from the Magic the Gathering website is where I got it from.
Dang, you cannot get more official. That's I get what you're saying. It's not just a rumor; it's real. Where's the guy from? Where can we go? We should have him on the show. Be like, did you know? And what if somebody breaks it and steals it? He'd be like, what are you doing, man? How dare you?
He actually did the smart thing to do. The very first thing that he did was he placed the card in a bank vault. The second thing he did was get legal representation, which is what you want, especially for something this valuable and rare. And then he arranged a meeting with PSA to have it graded.
Smart. This guy's in it to win. I think he was listening, Jess. I think either he or someone he knows. We know people in Canada. What? And I think, in essence, they said, do what Jess said. Go, right? Didn't you, we talked about that. We said, be careful. Go, and he did exactly that. Smart guy. Guarantee. I guarantee there's a lot of people that wouldn't do that, Jess. I guarantee. If anything, they'd be like, whatever. And then, boom, bye-bye, right? Canada's a very nice place, by the way, right? Go ahead, Jess.
I wouldn't have done what he did. I would have done something completely different.
What would you have done?
Well, obviously, I would have put the card in a bank vault. I wouldn't have told anybody, but I would have bought those collector booster boxes, okay? Because people are still looking for the one card, but you have it. So you just let the prices go up, sell them, and the moment you sell them, be like, oh, look, I have the one ring.
Jess, that is, you know what? I didn't even see that coming. That is smart. You're like, you don't know. Right? You don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it is. I've got you a deal. I'm not going to lie. They are expensive, man. And is the price going to go up or down based on that? I think, honestly, now that everybody knows, I think maybe the price will go, maybe people will play. I don't know. I think that'll make business. And I think if anything, people go, oh, I hope that makes headlines, Jess. Because if that made headlines, people would go with Magic right now. And man, Jess, you would save Magic by doing that. You're so smart. I see, Jess is smart. You never see it coming. Anyway, very smart, Jess. Very smart. Anyway, see, who knew that would be? I didn't know you would put it in a big vault. That is the smartest thing ever, right? Boom. Can I have security? Kind of like Mission Impossible. How many times did they break in with the guy, but the place is like, no, I don't think so. Right? They're very official, right? Right? You see that, right? You have your key, I have my key, right? You go, where do they do that at? They don't do that in the U.S., do they? Do they? Security box. Nobody even does it anymore. How did this guy think to do that? How old is this guy, man? He did Mission Impossible times what? They have to fake that to break in. Anyway, very smart, very smart. And who would think to get an attorney? Why would you need an attorney? Well, go ahead, Jess.
No, I would think to get an attorney with something that valuable, you would want the sale to go through the attorney rather than you. This way, people can track you down rather than the attorney. I'm scared to have all this much money because I'm afraid people will find me and try and take it. I don't know.
Oh, smart. Well, I think it's called representation, and representation is good because it says, no, it's real. It's not fake. There it is. So, and I love that he's getting it graded. So they go, oh, okay, we're official. Okay, yep, that's the one. All right. People don't get it. I think it's going to go now for more. Now he's doing all of that, right? He's like, no, I'm not doing fake. I've seen it. I saw it. Maybe it got released and people acted like they were gay. Oh, they were doing that. They were doing like, wow, I get it. Because they have so many remakes of it, right? Anyway, and maybe that was his thumb. And people go, oh, I got it. I go, how did you get it? There's only one. I thought. So you'll see it. You'll see it posted. Your friend goes, I got it. Look at that. He didn't get it. Guaranteed, right? This guy got it. Smart guy. He's going to differentiate him from all the fakers. You're all fakers, every one of you, and I know who you are. Anyway, so that's the story. I say at minimum $1 million. He may be like, that's it. Come on. But you know, we'll see, right? Well, it may I don't know what the bounty is at 2. I don't know who's going to pay that. I could not pay that. And I think if you had money, Jess, you would not pay that, right? You would sell it for that, but you wouldn't pay that, right?
Yeah, I would not buy it. Well, if I had the money. So the person who offered the $2 million was a card shop in Spain. But honestly, with Post Malone loving Magic the Gathering so much, I'm surprised he wouldn't put an offer in as well.
Yeah, with $2 million for that. Okay, all right, I get that. So there is an offer on the table for 2. Got it. Okay, well then that's smart. That's smart, and that is very much history making. Spain, very smart people. I didn't even know they played. Like, how much money do they make to actually say, dude, we'll give you $2 million for that? You know, they actually pay. People don't know this. If you have Magic cards lying around, okay, maybe your kid's like, I'm done with that. Go check them out and see if you may have some, you know, they like $1, $2, $3, right? And then add that up and go, well, you don't play anymore? Don't play. Take your child, okay? Say, which ones do you want to sell? Oh, I could sell. I could get money. I could use it somewhere else. Yeah. Pretty soon he's going to go, you know, I'm going to keep them because he's going to find out one of his rares are worth some money. And you go, that's worth how much? They're going to see, okay, I'll give you $8 for that. I'll give you $12. Or they'll go $5, $8, $12, you know. They're worth money, man. So that's the answer because there's only one. It would be the Lord of the Rings ring. I mean, this is smart game ever. All right, we got to go. We're out of time. Make it a great day. Remember, travel, China, yikes, no. Okay, remember that. All right, bye, everyone.